Good afternoon, and thank you for stopping in with me. My name is Melanie Brown, and I am the founder of Motivated by More. I wanted to hop on here today for just a quick 5-10 minutes and talk with you about 10 things, 10 main questions that I get about the faster rate of fat loss on a daily basis. I have been a personal trainer in the industry for 20 years, and I have always believed in whole food nutrition and exercise. Just the basics. I believe in the basics and have promoted that to my clients for years. And about 2 years ago, I was introduced into the faster rate of fat loss and was extremely skeptical. And I actually did my research and even signed up in order to look for all the reasons why it was not a good program. And surprisingly found out that I really believe in the methods and the science behind it. So I wanted to hop on here today and answer those questions because I've had a lot of people ask me. And so if you have questions, please comment in the chat right now. Tell me, what questions you have, or ask me what questions you have. And then tell me, is there a program that you've tried that hasn't worked and why you're here today, what you want to know. I know that we're all stuck at home right now, and now is a time where it's like, ugh, do I really even want to try, because life is like a roller coaster. But I hope that this information that I provide with you today gives you hope and encouragement to know that there is a program that is extremely adaptable and is also extremely very user-friendly for a family. So I'm just going to jump right in with the 10 questions, and please comment as you have questions. I will watch the chat as I can as we are chatting this morning. So the first question I get, and I'm starting off with this because if you know anything about me at all, you know that this is so important to me. Can I have coffee? Yes, you can have coffee. Here's the deal. With the faster rate of fat loss, you can drink coffee. You can have your morning coffee. Now, we do encourage a couple other strategies that might affect how you drink your coffee, but the question is, can I have coffee or not? And yes, you can. I would never endorse a program, be a part of a program, or anything of that nature if you could not have coffee. So the answer to my very first question is yes. And I will elaborate that on here in just a minute. Because the next question is, what is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting, that is not a diet. Let me repeat that. Intermittent fasting is not a diet. Intermittent fasting is an eating cycle, an eating schedule. So in the faster way, I personally participate in a intermittent fasting schedule that's 16 hours of fasting and an 8-hour eating window. We call it intermittent fasting because I feel like our society needs a fancy term of what to call it. But here's the deal. If you go back to biblical times, people typically only ate between like 8 and 10 hours a day. People fasted regularly for spiritual reasons, for celebrations, for prayer. It has been a thing for a really long time. But now that we labeled it as something kind of trendy, intermittent fasting, and everybody's talking about it, now everybody wants to do it. I'll be the first to admit, was not interested. Actually, that is the reason why I started investigating this company and these strategies, because I wanted to prove to a client that it was not a good thing to do. I have a master's in exercise science. We did an entire semester on sports nutrition. And in working with athletes and working in nutrition, I believed, and this was 20 years ago, that breakfast was the most important meal of the day and that you should eat every 2 to 3 hours. I believe that so much that even right when I was getting ready to start the faster way 2 years ago, I was training clients starting at 5 a.m. So I would typically eat a little something when I first got up between 4:30 and 5. And then I would eat again, between clients between 6:30 and 7. And I was trying to refuel my body every 2 to 3 hours. Felt like breakfast was the most important meal of the day. When I started the faster way, I had to slowly incorporate intermittent fasting into my lifestyle because it was such an adjustment for me, because I love breakfast. I love my coffee and I love breakfast. And so what I had to do is get really creative with it and figure out how I could slowly incorporate that and adapt it. But let me just tell you, 10 days into it, it was like a light switch. Complete game changer for me. When I was 15, I was diagnosed with IBS. So I have had a gassy, bloated gut all the time. Not to be TMI, but it would be normal for me to only poop 2, maybe 3 times a week. And I just thought that was normal. When I started incorporating intermittent fasting, gone the bloatedness, gone the gassiness, gone the irregularity. my system was so much better. And here's why. When you intermittent fast, at least at 12 hours, which is what Johns Hopkins University has recommended. They published a study in December, and they recommend that everybody, all Americans, should be doing intermittent fasting at least 12 hours. So that's like you quit eating by 8 p.m. and you don't eat again until 8 a.m. And what that does is it allows your body to rest and recover and heal itself from the cellular level. That made a huge difference in my gut health. So I have adapted it, and I do the 16-8. That works for me. There are days and seasons of life when I have to adjust that. And as your health and wellness coach, I would help you navigate through that, whether it's with a work schedule because you work second or third shifts, or whether it's you're a teacher and you're like, well, I can only eat at 11:30, and that means my intermittent fasting schedule would only be, maybe 14 hours. But as your coach, I would help you navigate through that and know that scientifically 12 hours of intermittent fasting is good. But there's a big component with that intermittent fasting. One is going back to the question of coffee. Can I have coffee? Yes, you can. But what triggers your body to start to go into that digestive mode? And that's what we're trying to do when we're fasting, is keep our body at a resting state, not that digestive state. So as your coach, I would educate you and help you figure out what that looks like and how you need to make some changes to ensure that you are keeping your body in that resting state for a time that's beneficial for you. And then when you are eating, what does that look like? That goes into my question number 3. Calories or macros? What do we do? What is better? Here's the deal. Macros, it's a fancy term for carbs, fats, and proteins, okay? And carbs and fats and proteins, they all equate into calories, all right? The reason I recommend, and the Faster Way to Fat Loss recommends tracking macros, is because then you know what you are eating. You know how much of the foods you are eating are of healthy carbs, because we do eat carbs, but we eat the healthy ones. How much fat do you need? How much protein do you need? And here's the deal, folks. Fat doesn't make you fat. Protein doesn't make you fat. Carbs doesn't make you fat. What makes you fat is too much of one thing. And so we track your macros, and we use MyFitnessPal to help with that. And we plug in the appropriate percentages of each of those, the appropriate splits. So calories or macros, I've tried the calorie thing, and I could eat tons and tons of fat, and it's like my body needed different nutrients. That was not right for me. When I shifted my focus to the types of food, not the quantity, but the types of food, it made a huge difference. And the other component is, this is not a restrictive program. I eat more calories now. On average, I eat 1,900 calories a day, and I weigh less than I have in years, and I'm more lean than I've been in years. So it's not, this whole necessarily calories in, calories out. There is some science behind that, but it's also the type of food that you're eating, and then what type of workouts are you doing. So there's a lot of components that go to it, but we do calories. And I know in the market, it's like, do I track calories? Do I do macros? What's the difference? Is macros just fancy? Why does one do that or the other? That's why I track macros. Number 4. I get a question a lot. Can I really do the workouts? Yes, you can do the workouts. Here's the deal, folks. They are modifiable for every fitness level. If you have not worked out in 10 years, our focus would be for that initial phase to focus on nutrition. And then as you felt ready and able, we would start incorporating some walking, some light exercise. And then we would slowly incorporate the resistance training. We focus on HIIT, Tabata, resistance training, some yoga, bar. We do have some spinning and some cardio workouts as well. But we keep it mixed up. We have a variety for each and every day, and it is modifiable for anybody. We also have options for at home or at the gym. You can stream it on Facebook, or you can do the printout, which is what I typically do. I like to print them out. I'm just a paper pen kind of girl, and that's what I prefer. So yes, you can truly do the workouts. All right, number 5. Do I have to go gluten-free and dairy-free? What's that all about? That's intimidating. I get it. That is really intimidating. And some people can tap out and say, I'm so overwhelmed by the whole idea of, counting macros and then intermittent fasting. And now you want me to give up gluten-free and dairy-free? What the heck am I supposed to eat? One thing I want you to know is that this program is not a deprivation diet. This program is to help you learn how to eat whole food nutrition. Whole food nutrition, if it comes from the ground or it has a mother, we consider it whole food nutrition. Okay, so understanding that, and the reason that we focus on gluten-free and dairy-free is because both of those foods have been linked to causing a lot of inflammation within our bodies. So I encourage you, if you are starting out with me or any other faster way to fat loss coach, or if you are having a lot of, maybe it's migraines, bloatedness, diarrhea, constipation, you have some skin issues or chronic allergies, I think you should try an elimination diet. And once again, that isn't a new thing. It's just a fancy term that we have given it, elimination diet. And that just means eliminate a food group for a week or two and see how your body responds. When you slowly reintroduce it, if some of those symptoms return, you have a sensitivity to that. Maybe you shouldn't be eating it. Maybe you can eat some, but you need to figure out what that looks like. So do I have to go gluten-free and dairy-free? No, you don't. But we strongly encourage that you, if you've never done it, especially if you've never done that, that for the first 6 weeks that you're with us, that you do your very best to eliminate those. After having done that, which it was a challenge, and I'm not going to lie, I will be 100% transparent to all of my clients. I do a modified. 90% of the time, I'm gluten-free and dairy-free. But one thing I'm not willing to give up is pizza night with my family. My boys and I have done that since they were probably 2 and 4, maybe even, younger than that. I don't know. And I have gotten creative with different ways I cook pizza and different styles of pizza that I make. But for the most part, that's our family tradition. And I can handle that. I don't eat 3 pieces like I used to. I'll typically have a salad and then a piece and sometimes a second piece. So I know what my body can tolerate, and I'm very intuitive to that. So do you have to go gluten-free and dairy-free? No, but there are a lot of benefits for giving it a try. Number 6, do you tell me what to eat? Can you just tell me what to eat? Okay, so the Faster Way does provide a meal plan, grocery lists, and recipes to all of our clients every single week. But our approach is that it is a tool for your toolbox, okay? This isn't a program where we want you to sign up and be a robot for 6 weeks and then say, that sucked. I have felt starved. I have not enjoyed the food. I've choked it down every week. Peace out. I'm done. We want to help you create change for a life. Okay, this is a lifestyle change program. So eating whole foods and then intermittent fasting, those are 2 things that you can do forever and ever. Recording your macros, that is a simple thing to do, and it just becomes part of your natural process of fixing food and selecting foods as you go along. So we provide tools for your toolbox, and our goal is that you do not feel deprived, but you feel empowered based off of the tools that we're giving you and the recommendations and the things that we have provided for you along the way. So do I tell you what to eat? Nope, but I'm going to give you a lot of suggestions, and I will try to find out what you like to eat, what you don't like to eat, and encourage you along the way. All right, a couple more questions. What happens after the 6 weeks? So there's a couple things. You can choose to go out on your own and continue to implement those strategies. Like I said, my goal as a coach is to give you the confidence and the knowledge that you need to be successful on your own. Okay, but we do offer a membership program. So it's a monthly program, and you just sign up for 4 weeks, and you can continue that. You can cancel it at any time. But in that 4 weeks, you get all of the resources you had in that 6 weeks, the daily accountability, the meal plans, the workouts, the recipes, the grocery list, all of those things, plus a lot more resources. So in our digital library, we have over 100 workouts that you can tap into, which are fantastic. So that's what comes after 6 weeks. And the great thing is too, is if you're like, you know what, things are a little tight, or I'm going to be going on vacation, I'm going to be traveling a lot the next month, I need to take a break, but you can hop in and out anytime you want. Okay, so that's what happens after 6 weeks. Number 8, I'm not on Facebook. So how does this work for me? You don't have to be on Facebook, but I strongly encourage you to be a part of the Facebook group, because that's where you get the community. And in the Faster Way, we focus on community over competition. And it is so nice to see people posting and sharing things. You learn from them. You're encouraged by them. If you're having a bad day, you may post that and someone says, girlfriend, I hear you. I am too. It's just really nice when you can be in community with other like-minded individuals. But if you're not on Facebook, we can email you or text you the information that you need and do some weekly check-ins. I offer weekly check-ins with my clients as well via Zoom or a phone call or text messaging, and give you what you need to succeed. Number 9, I mentioned earlier, can I have pizza? You can fill in the blank. Can I have a drink, an alcohol, a margarita? Here's the thing. Whatever you do, so if you choose to go gluten-free, dairy-free, intermittent fasting, do the carb cycling and track your macros and do the workouts, the more tight you are with your nutrition and your workouts and consistent with your workouts, the more you're going to gain from it, right? But I also want you to be realistic. We will teach you how to account for the alcoholic beverages or the pizza that you want to have. We do celebrate every Saturday with a treat day. That's our leg day workout, and that's when we typically have a treat. And we still track that. We still are accountable for that, but it's just part of the program. This is not the idea, like I said before, of a restrictive program. This is a lifestyle. So if there are those things that you're like, you're not going to touch, you're not going to make me give that up, I get that. I will work with you to make sure that we can make that work. But you also have to realize where you are right now is not where you want to be. There's a reason you're reaching out to me. There's a reason, you want to lose weight, get more fit, achieve certain goals. And so sometimes we have to modify our lifestyles in order to see change, right? Sometimes we have to do the hard stuff in order to see change. And I do have a friend who loves her coffee. She joined the Faster Way and she was like, you're not going to mess with my coffee. I pretty much have coffee with my creamer. And I can say that if she's listening, she will know who she is, that she has switched that around. She found some nut pods. She got creative with it. And she's like, I can't believe this. Like, I'm not having coffee with my creamer. Now I'm having a little bit of creamer with my coffee. And those are amazing successes. She had put to her mind that she wanted to be in a healthier place, and she slowly made changes over that 6-week period that have lasted a lifetime now. So yes, you can have those things. We just have to figure out how to count those and work those into it. And lastly, what does this cost? Okay, so I know cost is a real issue, not, just today, but it always is. It's like, oh, as a mom, can I really justify this investment? Well, let me just stop and say it is an investment. Okay, it is an investment in your health. Your kids are watching you, and what you do to your body today, it is definitely kind of like building up residue along the way if it's not good, healthy things. So a couple things. The program costs $199, but we do have a couple amazing opportunities right now, especially in lieu of what's going on. So it's 6 weeks, and in 6 weeks you get daily workouts. You get daily accountability from me and the Faster Way community group that you would be a part of on Facebook. You get meal plans, recipes. You get a grocery list to go along with those. The meal plans, we also have a vegan option. So if that's something that speaks to you, there is that option as well. Doesn't cost extra. You can have both of those. And sometimes I pull recipes from both for my weekly meal plan. In addition to that, you get the workouts, you get access to a member portal. We have an app where you can access all of this as well. And there's just so much good stuff involved. I can't say enough about it. Like I said at the beginning of this, I'm not a huge fan of trends and fads and diets and things of that nature. I went into this trying to find everything wrong with it. And within 6 weeks, actually within that first 10 days, that light switch flipped, and I was like, I can't believe how much better I feel. My gut health has been so much better, and it's been 2 years. I lost 12 pounds on it, and I'm not all about the numbers on the scale, but I know there's people out there who are like, I'm a numbers person. I need to know that. I lost 12 pounds. I've kept it off. And I will give you the little disclaimer that I've gained about 4 pounds during this quarantine thing, but I'm back on track. There are times when I've been on vacation and I was like, not tracking macros. I'm going to have an alcoholic beverage by the beach every day, whatever. But I still practice the intermittent fasting because that has been so beneficial for me. And it was so easy to get back on track as soon as I came back from vacation. So it is very, very doable. My husband, who is not really into health and wellness, he has done the program, has had amazing success as well. So men and women can do it. And I have seen it change so many lives for so many reasons. So if you're a healthcare provider right now, we do have a special, $100 off. It is our way of saying thank you for putting yourself out there in harm's way. Thank you for serving our communities, serving our people, serving our country. And it seems like such a small little thing that we can do. So there's $100 off for healthcare professionals, but that offer expires on Monday. So if you're a healthcare professional and you're interested, let me know and I will send you the special link for you, for people in healthcare. If you know of someone who's in healthcare, let them know, hey, for 6 weeks, for $100, you can get 6 weeks of workouts and meal plans. That right there is of great value, plus access to all of these other things. In that healthcare round, you are going to be with all the other healthcare professionals that are signing up for the Faster Way across the United States. So then you can have conversations about, how do I do intermittent fasting with shift change? How do I do my meal schedule, or low carb days, or things like that with the work that you're doing? When you are being exposed to the germs and sick people right now, you really need to take care of yourself. What you eat, how much you sleep, your water, and your exercise all make a difference in your immune system. So really and truly take care of yourselves. So we do have that Stay Well code for healthcare workers. Or we do have the healthcare workers offer, and it's $99. Then we also have a code called Stay Well, and it's $50 off for everyone else. But once again, both of those offers expire this coming Monday. Let me just say that I do have a group that's starting on May 4th. I will be starting a little small group on May 4th. So here's the deal. If you sign up over this weekend, today, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, then you can be pulled into my May 4th group. But as soon as you sign up, you have access to the portal. So essentially, you're going to be getting an extra, 10 days if you would sign up today. So I will post that link in the comments in case you are ready to rock and roll. You want to be in on my May 4th group. The code is Stay Well. That saves you $50. So it'll be $149 for 6 weeks, and you get access immediately. And then stay tuned, because in May, there are some special surprises for teachers under the Faster Ways umbrella. So we want to give our teachers all the thanks and gratitude for what they have had to endure this last quarter of the school year. So the other last thing that I want to offer is, if you're a previous client and you're like, you know what, this has been really hard and I need some accountability, jump back into VIP for a month, even if it's just for 4 weeks. In May, we are going to be doing an arm challenge, and in VIP, we always have an extra little fun challenge with some special workouts just for certain areas, or special little challenges. This month, we've been doing just a success challenge. And so we're looking at all areas of our life, from gratitude to detoxing our houses, but it's just this general challenge to try to help us to be better each and every day in all areas of our life, to be better from the inside out. Whole health wellness. That's what we're looking for. So VIP is a great place to find community and to help you get reset. And if you just need to jump in for a month, please come to the table and join me. I'd love to have you. So if you have any questions, post them in the comments. It's 22 minutes. I'm sorry it went a little bit longer, but I get really passionate and excited about it. And I don't want to, shortchange you in giving you the information. Let me see what comments I've received. Pam says, dairy-free, mainly milk, was hard for me the first 2 weeks, but haven't had it for weeks now. Good job, Pam. That was hard for me initially as well, because we used to buy tons of cheese. I mean, like on a Friday night, my husband would come home, we would have, a glass of wine and cheese and crackers, and we rarely do that. So there has been more cheese in the house lately with the kiddos home all the time, because they do like it, but I'm finding out that they're extremely sensitive to it too. And Pam, I'm going to celebrate with her, has only gained 2 pounds in the quarantine. That's fantastic. Pam has gone through the program with me and has seen the benefits of it too. So if you know her, reach out to her. Reach out to any of the other clients that I have worked with, or that that have participated in it, and just ask them. And they will be real and honest with you. If you have personal, specific questions about the program, reach out and ask me. I would be happy to answer those questions for you, and I will be truthful. I will let you know if this is the right program, the right time, and I'm the right trainer for you. And I think those are really 3 valid questions for you to ask. I know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but what I can tell you is that if you choose to work with me, I'm going to be there for you and help you along the way and give you the resources you need to be successful. So those are 10 questions that I often get about the Faster Way. And I had a Zoom call earlier today, and I just keep getting a lot of questions. I know there's a lot of people kind of thinking about it, but it's just a hard season of life right now, so people are a little gun shy. So I just want to equip and empower you with all the information that you need to know to make the best possible decision for you and your health. Okay. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Thank you guys for your time. I greatly appreciate it. I hope this was beneficial for you. Have a great Friday afternoon, and I'll talk to you later.